After President Uhuru Kenyatta on March 15th urged employers, including the government, to allow employees to work from home to reduce chances of COVID-19 infections, many employers have preferred workers to work from home where they are expected to keep meeting their work objectives. But how effective is it, working from home versus working from the office? And does it have pros and cons? Our reporter Alice Diana, who spoke to a human resource expert on this matter, tells us that one requires a lot of discipline to remain productive and accomplish daily assignments.
To many Kenyans, working from home is a new experience, while to others, it is simply a continuation of what they have been doing at work. Already some workers feel they are not so productive as compared to when they work from the office, following disruptions around their surroundings. According to Monica Karanja, the Human Resource Manager at Octagon Africa, for employees to be effective while working from home, the employer needs to provide them with the right infrastructure.
How efficient is it? I think it all depends on the investment you do. You have to make sure you have the right infrastructure. You have to make sure you're supporting your people. You expect them to have psychological effects. We are used to working where we are relating, we are having chats. I walk into your office over maybe 10 o'clock tea, you want to chat. I'm seeing whom I'm dealing with. And then you also have to find out how to measure work. How will you be able to measure the efficiency of an employee? But then I think there are systems, and we might have to change our processes if we're going to continue that way.
Monica tells us how technology can be used to monitor workers even as they work from home without being supervised physically.
We have enough softwares out there. For instance, in our organization, what we are using currently, we are using Bitrix. That's a platform where we are able to assign works. If work is project related, we loop you into the project, and we are actually being able to measure your efficiency using Bitrix on how much work, what time are you submitting your work. And well, while we want to stay away from micromanaging people, we want people who can supervise themselves.
Even as Kenyans try to adopt working from home, the HR practitioner tells us some of the good and bad sides of working from both ends.
Some of the pros of working from home is we all get to stay away from traffic. And if you can actually be able to utilize that time, you can get more done. If you have to sit in traffic for 2 hours, imagine how much work you can have done in 2 hours. Then you probably also work in an environment that you're controlling. When you get into a workplace, whatever desk you're given, the chair, everything, it's not your choice. But then you can be able to control your environment. But then there are also cons to it. If you have small babies, your neighbor imagines this is the time to keep on popping in to say hi. So a lot of disruptions. Team dynamics also, and team cohesiveness. What do you do when people are actually now not relating anymore? How do you ensure, how do you control your team dynamics?
Following Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe's directive on Friday last week that employers should encourage their employees to take leave at this time as the country grapples with the impact of COVID-19, Monica says employees should be willing to welcome this directive as it is a win-win situation for both parties.
I look at that directive as trying to get a win-win for both the employer and the employee. Reason being, what else? There are situations and there are organizations that will probably not be able to have their employees working from home. For instance, a driver. For instance, a receptionist. How do they work from home? So what do you do in such instances? The only available option, working from home is an available option. Not working from home, but sending them on leave. Your question is if they decide they don't want to go. I truly believe in this instance we require everyone to be reasonable, because what is the other option?
In a bid to cushion Kenyans in the Juakali industry from the harsh economic times, they have been advised to come up with more innovative and creative ways of how they're going to provide their services to their clients.
So this is the time to not really get innovative and creative, even in the Juakali industry. For instance, if you're a mama mboga, think about how you can do to make your people must eat. Your clients must eat. As much as we have to stay indoors and work from home, we must eat. So what are you actually coming up with? This is the time to get creative and very innovative about how you're going to provide your service. Because we've already seen one of the things they've been told, no things on the ground, they have to be raised.
For Hope TV Newswatch in Nairobi, I'm Alice Diana.